Sunday, 7 Central Standard Time. We've been doing the exact same thing for the last almost 4 years to the day. It's really hard to keep up with because, like, it happens every Sunday. I don't know. Been feeling kind of iffy this week, but I wanted to come on and let you all know what's going on the channel and what we've got going on. So, we're going to be talking today about tool brands. And what's up, Sharush? What tool brands to avoid in 2026 and beyond. And as you can see in the thumbnail for the video, we had Hart, which was one that we had previously said, you know, I thought could do great things because of their availability at Walmart, and the best ability is availability. Unfortunately, they have the brand Hart has not done a doggone thing to really justify buying into. What's up, Blue Balls? Hole, thank you for the marshmallow. Okay. Jamie True, hello. All right, we caught up on the hellos already. Gotta love a good tool, but Heart ain't it. That's true. Hi, George. All okay, George, if you say so. I was unaware of my love for Makita, but thanks for letting me know. I don't know what I would do without you, other than live a long, happy life. Hey, B-Dubs, Backwoods, what's up? A marshmallow hand, apparently. Okay. So, yeah, Hart would be one of those brands that I would definitely avoid this year and probably in the future right now because they just have not innovated. They haven't done anything to make you want to buy them. Am I wrong? What do you guys think? What's the one tool brand you would think that you would avoid going into next year? And it's already time to start talking about next year. Here we are in October already, kind of sneaking up on us. I didn't see that one coming. Strap on, yeah, that's a good one to avoid. I can't say that you're wrong if you say don't buy into Snap-on, because Snap-on tools are, their power tools in particular, are definitely iffy. For some reason, I can't pull up the studio in the back to which I normally do. I normally always have it up so that we have it and we can see what's going on. So I am still trying to get in on that. And it's just me tonight. There will be no Cooch, you know. So just bear with me. I guess I guess I'm not live according to YouTube. Hey, Christina, how are you? What's this? Just finished up. Oh, just finished mowing. Fine. You wouldn't buy fine. I understand that one. A 2-in-1 Bosch impact driver kit with battery and charger for $99. I think all of them are. Dolphins, I think all of them are. Anything the bear is getting paid to shill, that's a good one. Is my boss. Heart is a Ryobi remake, pretty much. No Cooch. Need me to call the ex-wife? Oh no, she's done plenty for us all. If any of you see Apache, let him know that Sharush is on the lookout for that 3-inch cutoff, because I think Apache had that. Normally he's here. Okay. You gotta say long grass area. Okay. All right. So apparently YouTube Studio is just not going to cooperate with me for whatever reason. Uh, hmm, let's see. I don't know. It's just not going to cooperate. I wanted it to be here, and because it's so much easier if you have it up and you can talk to folks and I can see what you're all saying behind the screen there. But hey, it is what it is. Another brand that I would just not ever buy is Makita. I know I get a lot of flack from folks who only know the names on the side of a tool when I say Makita. But the fact is, Makita is just straight up trash and has been trash for many years. Thank you, Sharush, for doing that. And let me see, pin that message. That's the merch store. Everybody make sure you get your Tools with SoAlz merch. Also teamed up with Tool Squatch to bring you guys merch. So we're hoping you guys start buying it because Christina put a lot of trouble into making it. Hi, Mitchell. Hey, Fuzzy. I can't pronounce that the tool bearer recommends. All right, Fuzzy, if you like what the bear recommends, then God bless you. Not to buy is Festool. Yes. So my stance on Makita. They're overpriced, underpowered, underperforming tools that even their 40-volt line can't compete with many, if not most, of the 18-volt platforms that are out there. In fact, you're not gaining anything by buying Makita. Their tools aren't durable. That was the myth for the longest time, that they had durable tools, but they don't. They have maybe the worst battery tech on the market today as far as the big brands go. They're competing with Amazon for poor batteries, which is probably why so many Amazon brands take. Well, why does well, that's your nephew, Denny, so you do what you do. But why so many Amazon brands take the Makita battery? What the hell? Let me apply. That doesn't change anything. It still ain't coming up. So I probably means there's an issue with YouTube tonight. So it is what it is. Normally I have the live stream up within 5 to 10 seconds of going live. I have it on the screens behind me so I can read your comments. As I have a big black mark on my screen on my phone, which is what I use for everything. And I can't see what a lot of you guys are saying. No, Tactics is feeling fine, but he's away with family. Apparently, I got this thing at 7 o'clock Central on Sundays. That been doing it for 4 years is very difficult for folks to understand. I mean, I make myself available whenever, but hey, it is what it is. I've used Makita in the past. Never thought they were great. Always thought they were okay. And then here recently, over the last decade or so, they've just been god awful. No notifications, but I figured at 7 as usual. That is true. At least he did not drop the car on his foot. Yeah. He didn't drop the car on his foot. I'll say that. He did not drop the car on his foot. With the what other brands? Festool, Hilti, Snap-on. None of those I would buy. Hyper Tough anything from Amazon. I think all of those tools are just second-rate garbage as compared to nearly everything else that's out there. Porter Cable is still making tools, but they suck. Don't buy Porter Cable. That's another one. A lot of people like. I get people to remind me that Porter Cable still exists. From time to time, they're kind of like the Raiders. You don't think about them unless they're on your schedule. Well, I don't think of Porter Cable until somebody mentions it. Bauer, Harbor Freight in general, their power tools, by and large, are not good. Yeah. Maybe they use Makita batteries because it's the easiest to use. They're probably the easiest to copy, would be my thoughts on that. Oh, Hilti is their brand. Hilti's not good. I mean, they're good. They're just not great. And you can buy better performance for less. And when I look at tools in general, I always look at value. You can have a high price tool and it be costly if it's great because it'll have a good value to it. You can have a low price tool that is good, but because it didn't cost much, it's got a good value to it. And then there's all that in between where price performance meet. I've been fine, Chrome. Skill is really making decent performance. They don't. They're only decent if you have nothing to compare them to. Skill 12-volt tools are not good. They haven't been good. They won't be good tomorrow. They weren't good yesterday. The corded stuff was good back in the day, but Skill 12-volt, trash. It's just straight up garbage. Basura. No one, Pat. I've never had one on the live stream, so I don't know why you would ask me if I'm having one on the live stream tonight. The 4-inch Skill fan is okay. The fans, yeah. Well, Ryobi makes a great fan too, but I don't recommend Ryobi for a whole lot. Milwaukee does have the only 12-volt line I think you should consider even buying into if you're buying into 12-volt tools. No, not Porter Cable. Hey, welcome, Tool Squatch. Just became a channel member, and thank you for that. Appreciate that. I'll make up for that one guy that left or was asked to leave. No, I mean, he's not here. Oh, Pat, I don't know. It's not my job to monitor Juan or Juan's emotional state of being. If he doesn't like being Sayer's father, he should learn how to type. Or son, he should learn how to type. Good, Sly. I'm looking forward to the new M12 ratchets myself. That's what I want. I want good tools at a decent price. That's kind of how my whole channel has been situated the entire time. That's how it'll continue to be looked at in the future. It's all about value. I don't really care about name brands. I care about value. And if power, performance, and price meet for a good value, I'm all in on it. I really like that. Hi, Chase. What? Why was Chrome Floorjack time? I trust you guys. You do what you need to do. I don't question it. I'll just see, like, I didn't see anything, so you guys are much more into the know than me. We do want people to be somewhat free when they speak here, but freedom has its limitations, and I think it should be one that we take very seriously. You want to know when my first live stream was? Official live stream was October 24th of 2021. So it has been almost 4 years to the day. 2 weeks, it'll be 4 years. Aiden DeWalt comes out with new stuff every year, all of the time. As a matter of fact, it's fine. Hello, Muhlenbach. How are you? Something about a small rigid subcompact. I'd love to get Mitchell. Get it. Hi. Do you know Milwaukee gonna make more forged batteries options with cool cycle? I don't know. I have no idea. Anybody using air tools, or am I the only old man? I'm pretty sure that only old folks are still using pneumatic tools. Hi, Budsville. You know, I did a video a long time ago that I said I thought that air pneumatics were a dinosaur, and people still using them were afraid of change. I stand by that today. Even professional car shops, by and large, they're not using as much pneumatics as they did in the past, and it gets less and less every year. All right, cheeseburger. Nobody has the patience to trip over pneumatic hoses. That's true. I can't see what you said. No air. There you go. Professionals in a shop could use them, but they're not using them. More and more, they're going battery operated tools for everything. Now, I think there are some tools where it would still benefit us not to use battery operated, but those are few and far between. You know, they're typically longer runtime things. On like table saws, I still think you're better off running a battery or a cord on a table saw. Sanders, die grinders, leaf blowers, like those high draw tools are the ones that I would consider not running a battery on right now. Now, in the future, as battery tech gets better and better, that may change. But for right now, you know, those few tools, and I'm sure there are others, are the ones that I would consider running cords on. Other than that, I'd be cordless all day. Rolling it up after you're done busting. Yeah, rolling it up's not actually that bad. You get kind of used to it. You don't think about it. You're just doing a figure eight after all. Or you're it's a macrame thing. You open, run through, open, run through. It's just mindless. It gives you a chance to wind down. Says sinkhole, so I need a good tool. Well, here's one. This is a pretty one. Hello. I want everybody to see. This is my girl. This is my baby girl. My little Great Dane, my puppy. Yes, Lexi. What? Come here. Oh, yes, Daddy loves you. Daddy does you, baby. I'm sorry. She's my baby girl, so I'm going to give her love when I see her, because she's my baby. Yes. What? Kisses on her nose. Yeah, she's a good girl. Little. She's little for a Great Dane, but she's a good girl. We need a good one with the weather we have. I don't know what it is. What weather? She is a beautiful Great Dane. She's just a big puppy. Huh. You're just a big puppy. You going to say hi to everybody? Are you going to say hi? It's cute. It's funny how dogs, when they're around, you kind of forget everything because you're playing with your puppy. and they don't ask you much: food, water, shelter, love. Don't get in there. She's getting in the garbage. So when they show up, you just give them one of those things. They're happy. Wish all things were that easy. But it is not to be. So where were we? We can't afford to buy the cheap tools with our weather and all. I understand, Travis. I don't know what that was, but hey, she is very pretty. I love my girl. Doing any projects? Yeah, I always got projects going on. I just don't film them. I don't record them because, like, I don't want to pay attention to the camera when I'm doing stuff. I just want to do the stuff and get done with it. I don't get paid by the hour. I'm not like you see other creators. They go on, they tell you their whole life, that everything that goes on. They're showing you their meals. They're talking about their families. They're doing all. I don't do that. We have a tool community. We talk about tools here, and we try to keep it about tools. Okay. What was it that you bought that was cheap? There's enough of those. Don't talk about. I wasn't. M18 yard equipment tools are priced on another level that can't justify. Well, and they're not good. Well, not all of them. So the string trimmer overheats too easy. I think that's one of the biggest negatives that you can have about a string trimmer is it overheats, and the overheating causes the battery to drain faster, and that makes it harder for you to do the work that you need to do. Now, not all string trimmers are like that, just the Milwaukee one. I saw the Milwaukee hedge trimmer. I think it's very good, but at the price that it is at, it's too much. PS5, you're not getting to be a mod. You haven't been around long enough. We'll let you know. I think that's only the forged batteries. It's not just the forged batteries. It's all of their batteries. That string trimmer is they know, like Milwaukee knows that it is one of their worst items, because I've had those conversations with them. They are aware of the issues that go into a lot of their outdoor power tools. Now, that being said, I've got the 16-inch chainsaw. I love it. I have no frame of reference compared to anything else because it's the only battery operated chainsaw I've ever owned. And based on that, I love it. Now, if I had something else, would I? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. M18 is not the best. Not for outdoor power tools. Mitchell, Greenworks. If you're looking for affordable outdoor power tools, Greenworks. I don't know how to make sure that, or make it sound any easier. What is this? What did you say, Christina? Until Josh brought home the bat. I liked PERS. You like? Oh, okay. It's not even the longest lasting battery. No, I believe that. A string trimmer on high. Yeah, that's not good enough. String trimmers, for some folks, it might make sense to run battery, or other folks gas, some folks even corded. Greenworks is underrated. All the influencers. What? My live ended. I was unaware that it ended. I've thought about ending it before, but I keep it going because, like, I'm stupid. I just show up. Oh, it's tactics. No, chat's not broken. It's not fine. It's right here. Chat filter, all messages. All messages right there. Just fine. Worst part is I always put it into all messages before I even start the live stream. But sometimes I have to remind other people. Yes, I am aware they have a dual battery string trimmer. It's only $400 now. But the problem with that is that adds on to the weight of a tool that is already without batteries comparable in weight to a lot of gas trimmers out there. And even with two batteries, you're not getting the runtime that you would with gas. So for a professional, I would say that Milwaukee string trimmers, Milwaukee leaf blowers, I don't think they make a good leaf blower. You guys may disagree. I have not seen a good Milwaukee leaf blower. So, but those are high draw tools because they're constantly under torque or under pressure, and that drains the battery faster. And I know I've got a rigid leaf blower. It's not the most amazing one that I've ever used, but it works well enough. It's not great. Ego 56-volt system doesn't seem to be too bad from the reviews you've seen. I typically, if it's outdoor power tools, I do recommend Ego to folks, especially if you can get it on sale. The question above was, what's a good value brand to get into for OPE? And when it's talking about value, Ego is kind of top end. Doesn't offer a great value based on their price, but not a bad tool. And Greenworks just kind of has a nice blend of price and performance. They're not the best. They're not the worst. Fire Greer. Okay. Yeah. What is this? Who's? Oh, the Milwaukee outdoor power tools are way overpriced. I agree. Best subcompact impact driver, Milwaukee. Allie, yeah, I mean, Milwaukee does happen to have the best compact impact driver on the market right now. It'll change in the future, but they do happen to have the best one. And it's got like two tools in it. It's got a compact drill and a compact impact driver. If I'm getting into compact tools, I want a more expansive lineup. That's why I said rigid. The M12 stubby, you like that one? Don't know. What about the best framing nailer? Oh, best framing nailer. I got a lot of grief the other day for saying it was Bosch. I've used Metabo in the past, and Metabo makes a great pneumatic, and that's what I've used. I've used their pneumatics. I've used rigid pneumatics. I still have a rigid pneumatic that I think I've used maybe, a dozen times or so over the last year. Still like it. But Bosch is where I would still go for the nailers. Their new nailers look amazing. I've used their crown stapler. It's got a much better balance to it than the Milwaukee does. The Milwaukee framing nailers, they're heavy. And the Walt framing nailers suck. So, Joe, I just answered you. I don't know why you're asking me about framing nailers. I'm literally just answering it. DeWalt is okay if weather is good and not a tornado. The ramp up time on a lot of the DeWalts is what bothers me about them. Last one goes with last longer is tested on multiple vacuum cells. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Jimmy. Jimmy, do you have a channel? What is this? How I buy a Ryobi 16 gauge nailer with a 4 amp hour battery that it wasn't driving deep enough. He said I need a bigger amp hour battery. Batteries really don't change the performance of the nailers, so I don't know why they would tell you that. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't charged, yeah. Okay. Getting ready to put a fence up around the yard for the pup. What's the best? What are all the fencing guys using to put up boards now? I think they're going with Brad's, if I'm not mistaken. But if it were me, I'd still be using staples and putting staples in. But I don't know what they're using out there now. Who is this? The Dash is here? Who's the Dash? Oh, Apache. The Apache helicopter, hashtag Bear Eats Kulo. In 2026, everyone's resolution should be to buy power brushed tools and support Harbor Freight, as they're the best company to support the U.S. economy. I don't even know how I got that out of my mouth without laughing. Saludos, Horatio. How are you? Yeah. No, I think. See, the problem with doing a fence with brads is that the brads are easy to come out. And any suggestions on a miter saw for DIY use? Kind of mid-tier. Yeah, Metabo. The Metabo over at Lowe's, if you can get the 10-inch on sale, really good. What's going to be isolated and put on repeat? I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, DVX. Problem is it dewalt? Is it the weather? It's hard. Okay. All right. Sly, he asked for a tool on a budget, not a $700 miter saw. Hell, if he could find the miter saw that I've got, which I only paid sub $300 for, then yeah, it would be the rigid with the articulating arms. But you can't find it, and you can't buy it. And if you got one, you ain't giving it up. That would be my go-to. I could have said the Bosch Glide Doctor too. I think the Metabo is a great deal, and that's why I said Metabo. Travis, why are you talking about the weather? Like, this is the 10th different thing from you about the weather? Just, you got something to tell us? You're getting a little bit of weather? Is it nasty out for you? You need a sleeping bag? Something? It is nice to have Apache here. He likes the weather. Apparently, he does like the weather. What's up, Manzus? Kansas Tools came back to give us a Kansas handy. Sayer, what's up, Juan's dad? I'm just reading the chat so if you guys hear me with a blank space, I'm just reading. Is there such a thing as a decent electric power washer? Yes, several of them, as a matter of fact, are very good. I would actually tell you the Greenworks. I think they've got a 3,000 or 3,200 psi electric pressure washer that seems to be very good. I got one from Vivor. Now it doesn't. It's not like powerful, but the one I've got, I only use it to wash my car anyway. I got one from Vivor, and I think it's good. Found out Juan's or Tactics is Juan's dad. Dang. Travis Williams. Howdy. What state are you in? Travis, I'm in Missouri. I don't know why you need to know, but I am in Missouri. Ads for the 3,000 PS. Hey, what's up, Shaka Gillis? Not the Portland. No Harbor Freight pressure washers, please. Don't do that to yourself. You're gonna hate it. Just don't do it. How do I think about Icon? Icon tools are very good value. I think they're decent tools. No worries, Dan. Well, it really is his fault for not being here. If the word's pendejo, then you are. If you care about the job, stay out of Harbor Freight. That's actually good advice, Jimmy. Now, there are some tools that you can buy at Harbor Freight that are good enough for the job site, but they're ancillary tools, like 1 or 2 time use stuff, and then you're throwing them away. And that'd be like gloves. I think gloves are fine to get at Harbor Freight. You know what? Wood glue. You can buy wood glue at Harbor Freight. You'd be just fine. Of course, they don't have their own brand of wood glue. They actually bring in a good brand. So, polishes. I think polishes are good to buy at Harbor Freight. Generators. If you need an emergency use generator, I think that's the way to go. Is Harbor Freight. Okay, Travis. Why does the Bear Data Tools love Harbor Freight? JB, because they pay. They pay him. Either they advertise for him and push his videos, which is a form of payment, or they pay him directly, or they give him a ton of tools that he later sells for money. Either way, there's some form of payment coming from Harbor Freight to the Bear. Whether he has enough intellectual honesty to admit it or not, that's kind of on him. But Harbor Freight tools in general are second-rate trash. Now, there are some exceptions, like Icon wrenches seem to be very good. I got to kind of draw the line at the wrenches. Some of the Doyle pliers seem to be decent, not great, but decent. Just remember, when you're buying from Harbor Freight, you're buying a knockoff brand directly from China that is not made, tested, or designed by R&D company or R&D departments for companies. So there's no care involved in it. It's just, what can we mass produce for very little money? And Harbor Freight does not make a single tool. Nothing in Harbor Freight is made by Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight is a distributor for China, and mainly for China, Chinese goods, Chinese products, all knocked off from well-known brands. Bungee straps. There you go, Kansas. Have a recommendation for a bench buffer. I need it to restore tools. No, I don't, Travis. The one I have is probably 40, 50 years old, and it's a Craftsman. So, no, I don't use a bench polisher very much. China. There you go, Jimmy. If I was an electrician and needed a light impact driver, would you recommend? I would probably recommend M12 and even into the subcompact line, because electricians seem to be the only people that can use that subcompact line as they're going into threaded holes anyway. They're not very impressive, but I would go M12. Thanks, Apache. What? You could be on Trump's campaign. Well, he can't campaign anymore. He's done. Tecton tools lately? Hey, you're allowed to like Tecton tools. And if that's what you're buying, then all the more power to you. I would rather buy Tecton or Lyle or Channel Lock or whatever than I would spend money at Harbor Freight. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. He doesn't need to do that. There you go. Do I like SK tools? Yes. Yes, I do. I used to. Haven't used them in years. I know now they're not manufactured in the U.S. anymore. They're Chinese products. That doesn't really bother me as much. I would prefer them to be American made, but back in the day, I really like them. Now, somebody asked me about Toolant. Dude, I love Toolant. I've recently got the long handle ratcheting dual box and flex head, or the flex head combination wrench set from Toolant. Absolutely love it. Really like that they still make. Well, that's good to know, bud. So thank you for correcting me. I love Toolant. I think their driver bits are some of the best driver bits out there. Their nut drivers and whatnot. I've used the same nut drivers on the channel from Toolant for 4 years now. Festool or Bosch 6-inch random orbit sander? Bosch. I'm going to tell you to go with the Bosch on that. Look, Festool is simply overpriced. They've got a great name and a great reputation. But until their price comes down, why buy them? You're not getting performance that's better than anybody else. Yes, Carlisle's very good. One ain't here. I bet he's mad at me because I found out that Sayer is his daddy. Yeah, old Craftsman for the price. That's pretty good. I still have old Craftsman. I have a bunch of Craftsman wrenches. But honestly, I've got some Pittsburgh wrenches that I need to replace because they're garbage. And I'm thinking that I'll just replace them with Toolant because I can spend roughly the same amount as I would on Pittsburgh and get a better product. Capri, another great company, thanks to Squatch. How about Williams? Haven't used Williams, so I don't know. DeWalt sucks. They're powerful, but are cheap. Oh, okay, Zach. I have a garage full of Craftsmen from Gramps. Never getting rid of them. Don't blame you. Paul W. is here. What's up, Paul? It's a Milwaukee driver. You'll be okay. Milwaukee bits suck. Tecton. While mostly Taiwan made, is also similarly a smaller privately owned company. Good to know. Sorry, I heard it go off in my ears, so I know you guys had no audio there for a second, so I just turned them on. Yeah, Sayer stirred a lot of emotions when the revelation that he is Juan's father came out. Mainly with Juan. Duratec. Oh my God. I do have some Duratec. They're okay. I've got their composite ratchet, which seems to be nice. Can't break it, but haven't tried either. Okay, Zach. Oh God, Zach, you had me until I saw Makita XGT. That 40 volt stuff is trash. It's less powerful than the dewalt, and you paid twice as much for it. So if you're trying to tell yourself that the dewalt feels cheap and you're happy with Makita, it's because you're an idiot. No, he's at dinner with his family. Did you give your t-shirt choice size? I don't know. Wait, what did Sayer say? What did Sayer say? Oh, Duratec. That's not stirring the pot. Like Festool. It's a fantastic tool, but it sands the same as the Bosch. Yeah, that's the thing. How is the XGT line trash? Well, let me explain it to you. So the 40 volt Makita XGT hammer drill is less powerful than ryobi. How's that strike you? It's less powerful than rigid. It's barely more powerful than Hercules or Cobalt. That doesn't really mean that it's great. It just means that you overpaid for the garbage because it's got the name on the side. The impact driver is the slowest impact driver of any major brand currently. It's slower than Bosch. It's slower than Metabo. And the only way they're selling tools is to stupid people who are buying the name. That's it. They're buying the name. They're not buying the tool. Any old tools? No. Aiden's, I don't. If you don't spend $600, you don't need to buy buying Festool. Agreed. Uh-oh. You know that make you two of Juan's brothers. Is that what you want? Oh, Jesus. Hey, I'm glad to hear some people are older than me. I'm starting to think I'm pretty old, and then I've got Sayer and Backwoods and Denny. A few others saying they're all best oscillating multi-tool. That's easy. Pahar? I don't know. Rigid subcompact is the best oscillating multi-tool on the market right now. It just is. I've had all the other brands. I've had DeWalt. I've had Milwaukee. I've had Flex. And no, even the Bosch. I still have the Bosch and the Hercules, and I am going with rigid all day, every day, and I'm not even thinking about it. Jimmy, Canada would mind having you. Be doves. Way to be a young man. As long as the fam is welcome. Oh, well. Bridget is underrated, Jer. Wait, does that mean Juan is a Canadian? Juan is a Puerto Canadian. The Walt Milwaukee line is sticking with that. And you're allowed to, dude. You're allowed to stick with them, Derek. Stick with them if that's what you buy. Buy what works for you. Don't buy what some dude on the internet says to buy. You know, if you get a tool and you don't like it, return it within 7 days. What's this? The men might mind, but I promise the women would. No, they need somebody to laugh at. And at your height, they'll do a lot of it. Excellent. Okay. Dirt and Sayer channel. Is the M18 oscillating tool worth buying since I'm bought into the... Yeah, it's worth buying. It's just not as good, but it is worth buying. Would I invest in flex tools in 2026? That's a good question, JB. Let me think about it for a second. I love Flex tools. I love their power. I love their performance. I don't like their weight. Um, so that's kind of a thing. I don't like that Lowe's looks like they're finally getting rid of the full size line and just concentrating on the compact line. That I don't like. If I had to balance it all out and come up with an answer right now, I would say no. I would not invest in Flex in 2026. Not because I don't think the tools are bad. I think they're great. Availability is the best ability. And not having your full sized tools available at Lowe's limits your availability. So for that reason, I would be out. But I did say just the other day that I do love Flex tools, and I think Flex tools some of the best tools of 2025. I still would say that in 2026. But weighing it all out, I'd have to say no, and I would have to avoid Flex in 2026. Have you heard about the new compact rigid stuff coming out? Yes. Yes, I have. There you go. Oh, somebody got hidden. I wish DeWalt wouldn't be pushing the atomic line so much. I think they've got to do something. Their sales are down. No one's, which this is weird. So I talked to folks at Home Depot who are kind of in on the national scene. And I talked to folks at Milwaukee and Rigid and whatnot. Here's what I will say. Rigid sales are down like 30% this year at Home Depot. But fourth quarter looks like they're going to come out swinging for the fences. I figure that Rigid will probably lose somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15% by the end of the year. So I think they'll make a massive gain in the fourth quarter. Makita isn't doing that well. Makita, as a matter of fact, is getting outsold by Rigid nationally. So if this is Rigid's worst year ever, and Rigid is outselling Makita at Home Depot, that ought to tell you what's going on with Makita at Home Depot. You will be seeing, it's not a matter of if, but it is, you will. It's just when. You will see the shelf space for Makita shrink within the next year. It'll vary across the country, so I can't give you a definitive date when that's going to happen. But their space is going to shrink. In its place, get ready, it's going to be more of your favorite red and black power tools. They're going to be taking over that space. And in some stores, it will actually be DeWalt, because in the Northwest and the Northeast of the United States, DeWalt still sells more tools in those areas than Milwaukee. So it's not a question of when will you see limited space for Makita, or if you will. It's just when. And I also suspect that, and having had these conversations and being in on it, I know that Home Depot is not pleased with having Makita. Whether Makita can throw some more money at them and stay in the store, I don't know. I'm not in on that. But I know on a national stage, Home Depot is not happy with Makita's floor space, and they may be pushing them out. You've already seen Home Depot getting rid of or clearancing out many of the 40 volt tools, because 40 volt looks like it's going to be done at Home Depot. So yeah, that's good news for us all. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on these. I've been doing well, Pine Tree. How are you? Yes, you guys. Rigid line on here. Okay. New band sauce. Yeah, I know. Who do you think, or what do you think of the Phoenician trans? Paul, I don't care. That's what I think. You know, I haven't heard anything about it, and if I did, I don't care. What can I say? I think everyone has the right to make a living. Whether I want to watch it or support it, that's on you. Or whether you want to watch it or support it, that's on you. For me, I don't care if they're not on my TV, they're not in my house, they're not affecting me. Crazy flex tool deals and lows. Yeah, we know, John Boy. There, the new 10-inch table saw from Flex looks like would fit in my garage nicely. We'll go get it. They're bait and switch. Flex is a young man's workout tool, pretty much. All right, I'm just going to skip to the bottom. Hey, JT. Well, hell, that's in Maryland, I know. He don't buy mechanic. He might. He could be on the DL, you know. You can never tell. All right, guys, it's been an hour. And since we only do this show for an hour every week, you know what time it is? It's time to wrap up and go. Do you all have any questions for me that I can answer for you in the next 3 or 4 minutes? And and get out of here. What is it? What is this? Do you think male teacher in Mexico, last name? Whatever. Hilti literally does like straight to the job site. Hilti, they rent tools or lease tools. No worries. All right. Do you think we'll ever get a new rigid stealth force? Jared, 2026 is the new rigid stealth force. Just bank on it. They say it's a fulfillment issue. It is not. Milwaukee looked at the numbers and they know that if the rigid stealth force came out at or near the same time as their new Surge Gen 2, that the rigid would hurt their sales. So they have kind of put the kibosh on it until next year. Don't shine on here, buddy. Take that mess somewhere else, Apache. All right, guys. With that, we're out of here. We appreciate you all being here. Make sure to check out the merch store. Link is the pinned comment there. We'll see you guys all next Sunday at 7. Take it easy. Hang loose. For all you Makita guys out there, don't forget, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of you, just remember, if you trim your bush, your deck will always look big. Unless you're Jimmy, because ain't nothing big on you. Oh, and the Giants suck.